Rear guard. Hot hand. Hook. Court. On. Half right. Hey. Prepare to fire 3 rounds. 5 volleys. Ready. Aim. Fire. Aim. Fire. Aim. Fire. Freeze and hold. Order, hold!
Welcome. Good morning. Beautiful day out there. You know the weather's helping us out. This is the Victory Christian Academy, and it's under the direction of the Administrator Joel Reed. This time I'm going to turn it over to you, sir. Put the mic up.
Well, welcome. It is a privilege to be here. My name is Joel Rigg. I'm the administrator at Victory Christian Academy, and it is really, truly an honor to be here and to sing for you today. So we have a couple of songs and a poem. So I will turn it over to the kids. The first song we're going to sing is the Military Medley. And so we would, if you are willing, if you would like to stand for your branch of the military, your song, that would be great. So we'll start with that.
Air Force.
Off we go into the wild blue yonder, climbing high into the sun. Here they come to meet our thunder, and boys give the gun. Down we dive, sparking our flames from under, off with one terrible roar. You live and dream, but down we went. Hey, nothing's up the U.S. Air Force.
Army. Thank you, veterans.
Of the red, white, and blue, our heroes who defend America.
We proudly salute you.
You are the rock and the foundation, the reason America
Is a proud and free nation. Thank you, veterans,
for answering your country's call. America owes you.
for the gift of freedom to us all,
For putting your life on hold so another can be born.
to give us a chance to grow old. Thank you, veterans,
For sacrificing your life to guarantee our freedoms.
so that we can live in liberty,
For being brave and taking a stand.
keeping us safe on our homeland. Thank you, veterans,
You made a difference for the world to see. You paid the price
for a freedom that isn't free.
for all that you've done. Your duty
Honor,
and commitment is how freedom is won.
thank you, veterans. You are the proud,
The brave and the few,
not just today.
but every day.
America salutes you. Thank you, veterans.
We have another round of applause for the children, please.
History I learned about so many countries where people lost their right to freedom. The lessons you and I all share. You live in here today. The flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that away. And I'm proud to be an American, but at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I proudly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. From the lakes of Minnesota to the hills of Tennessee, across the plains of Texas, from sea to shining sea, from Detroit down to Houston and New York to LA. There is pride in every American heart, and it's time we stand and say, well, I'm proud to be an American, but at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I proudly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. And I'm proud to be an American, but at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I proudly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the
Thank you. Thank you for coming today. I hope you have a rest of a good day. Okay? We have one more round of applause.
fine. It's fine.
You could stand right in front of me.
I had been up for 40 hours, so.
Happy Veterans Day to our soldiers, both past and present. We owe you our thanks, but more than that, we owe you our freedom. There is no way to thank our veterans for everything that they have sacrificed for our freedom. But on Veterans Day, we have to try. So thank you to all our servicemen and women, both past and present. Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to Cobb William Nahiba, American Legion Post 222, Department of Minnesota, Hibbing, Minnesota. I am Al Nicola, and I am the commander of this Legion Post. And now that I've announced who I am, if there's anybody out there that I owe money to, accept it. We'd like to thank the Victory Christian Academy and Minister Joel Wright for bringing the children this morning. That medley of military songs always gets to me, so I'd like to thank them. They also made some literature for the veterans as you're passing through the dinner line here. If you wish to grab a thank you card, stuff like that, those are from the children of the Victory Christian Academy. So this morning we're going to start off with the Pledge of Allegiance, and that's going to be led by my Vice Commander, Phil Bodo.
Audience, please rise. Those under military cover, hand salute. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. 2. Please be seated.
So this is what stage fright's all about. I'd like to introduce you to our head table, if I may. On the far end down there is Sandy Radovich. Sandy is the commander of the Disabled Veterans Auxiliary. Sandy, you want to stand up with me? Thank you. Next to her, Dave Zagorek. He is the commander of the Disabled Veterans. Next we have Mike Pastelli. He's the commander of the Mid-Range Honor Guard. Then Larry Parkinich. Larry is our newly installed District 8 American Legion commander. His jurisdiction is pretty much the whole arrow point of Minnesota. He's got a lot of ground to cover. Next we have Jerry Sanborn, commander, VFW Post 1221. Barb Hemingway, the president of the VFW 1221 and the American Legion Auxiliaries. And Pastor Kevin Olson of our Savior Lutheran Church. I'd like to take a moment, if I may. Do we have any Vietnam veterans here? Would you please stand? I'd like to thank you and welcome you home. Something you guys didn't get that from. Welcome home, World War II vets. Who we got here? Korean vets. Any Korean vets in? I wish the weather was I'd also like to call on Jeff Ronchetti. Where are you at, Jeff?
I'm hiding over here.
Jeff brought in some paperwork he'd like to tell you about.
On the tables and around the room, there's some declarations that were given by made by the Assumption School kids. And so they want to make sure that their appreciation for what you sacrificed is known to you. So it's on the tables. And I would be remiss also if I didn't bring up the yellow ribbon, because Chris is giving me the double look. The yellow ribbon is a group in town that helps support veterans and active and veterans. So we have a referral service that can reach out to almost pretty much anywhere in northern Minnesota. So get a hold of Chris or I if you have issues or if you need something, and we'll be more than happy to help you out.
Thank you, Jeff. Jeff is also a commander of the Hibbing Police Department, and he's also my old partner. Good to see you again, my friend.
Sorry about that, Jeff.
Mr. Mike Djordjevic, how are you doing, sir? County Commissioner, welcome. Is there anybody around? Tracy, always good to see you in uniform. Thank you. Okay, today we got a couple of speakers, short program, if we could. The first up is going to be our District 8 Commander, Larry Bakanich, and he's going to be giving us a little information on some upcoming events for veterans in the area. Larry?
I didn't know I was going to be first.
Always in my book.
Thank you. This is my second time being District 8 Commander, 11 years ago, and I just a glutton for punishment, I guess. When they said they needed a volunteer, there was something in my hand that just went like that. Anyway, I do belong to the American Legion, so I am going to give a plug for that. It won't be much. We are looking for members, we are looking for officers. I know Al would like to give it up. He's only in his 3rd year, so you know how that goes. We have our meetings, or the veterans organizations have their meeting. We have a lot of programs together that we do, and there's other organizations that partner with us. And with that, I want to stick more local than I do with, sorry about that, the Legion. We have, everybody knows what the United Way is. We have United for Veterans is part of the United Way. We have programs going on that we put on for veterans. One of them coming up will be the bull ride for veterans, which will be in May. We also have the Vietnam Wall coming up, which will be in June or July, maybe.
I haven't heard a date yet.
Okay, at our next meeting this month, we're supposed to get a confirmation, but we were supposed to have it last year and then COVID hit. Same thing with the bull ride. So watch the paper for that, for them too. The other thing is Beyond Yellow Ribbon and Women Vets are also involved in them 4. We all partner together along with the veterans groups and put on wellness fairs, and we put on job fairs. We help with the stand downs. The Women Vets have a outing that they do on Veterans on the Lake. The veterans did at one time. We went with their families, and that should start up now. Hopefully, United for Veterans backs that one. So that'll be coming up too. So if you want to go spend a weekend up at Veterans on the Lake, free, watch the paper, and United Way puts it on their outlets or their media, social outlook or whatever it's called. Media. I'm not savvy with that. Sorry. The big thing is the Vietnam Wall we want coming in. The Vietnam veterans, like in the past, they haven't had much going on. Most of our programs are geared for the veterans. Well, now with Desert Storm and them coming in, are geared for that with United for Veterans. We have programs that are funded that are for the veterans, whether you're 19 years old or 99 years old. So that is, check the book in that, and I've got some up front. I did remember them, Chris. United Way, United for Veterans has put out what we call a hero book. Every outfit in northern Minnesota that helps veterans anyway is in this book. You can get them from any of the organizations. It puts the organizations in, it puts mental health issues in. Some of the mental health issues, people don't want to go to the VA. Okay, this sidelines the VA, it's private. and is paid for by United for Veterans. So I've helped a couple veterans go on it already. They didn't want to go in because they didn't want their name on a sheet of paper. The only way we know the name is if we know them, or when it comes to pay the bill, their veteran number 38, 58, 105, whatever. It's the only way we know who it is. And I think Dr. Spears is still doing that. That's paid for, and I think there's 10 sessions that they get. So I've got some hero books up here. If you want some, pick them up. If I need more, I will get them. We just printed them up, the new books. 21s or 20s, I think I printed up. So if you got the brown one, that's the old one. The new one is this one. It's added a few. Some have deleted because they went different ways or they shut down, but there's quite a few pages in here that went into this with United Way. We've had the Renegade Run. You've heard about that. We used to have Rampage on the Ridge. We had Renegade Run as something for United for Veterans. That's our fundraiser. We had a blast this year. Some of us even walked it. 5K is about 3.5 miles. 25K was 18 some miles. And we had some 60 and 70-year-olds out running it. I don't know their times, but it's a fun thing. Like I say, there's programs that we have going on for it. One last thing I'd like to do is, everybody knows what Armistice Day or Veterans Day. Do you know what else is special today? Nobody did their homework. It's the 100th anniversary of Veterans Day, the signing of the Armistice Act. It's knowledge. I just had to look that up and see which one this was. So I thank you for your time, and hopefully we'll see you again. Thank you.
Thank you, Commander. Next, I'd like to have Beth Holtquist, Sergeant Retired, U.S. Army. Tell us a little bit about what she's been doing since.
Okay, I'm a little bit nervous, so bear with me. I welcome you today to today's ceremony and thank you for attending. My name is Beth Holtquist, as he said. I'm a retired sergeant of the Minnesota Army National Guard. 11 years of service and 2 tours to Afghanistan. I'm honored to be speaking today on the day that is never forgotten by many, and that's Veterans Day. I am gonna, at this time, ask you to bow your heads for a moment of silence to remember the men and women who are no longer with us today and pay the ultimate sacrifice. The service and sacrifices of veterans were driven by their unwavering devotion to an enduring principle: liberty and justice for all. Many gave us their last full measure, and other veterans of every generation long endure memories of what they saw and hardships that they encountered. My next request is, at this time, I would like to ask service members and veterans who are here with us today, and if you are able to, please stand. I want to thank you for your sacrifices, your valor, defending honor, your duty to this country, and fighting with your families and friends to protect our country. The United States of America, we honor you today. And now I want to ask that the family members or friends of any service member or veteran that paid the ultimate sacrifice and could not be with us today to please stand. We know you have lived through the most difficult times and often go unrecognized. And for that, I thank you for your service to our veterans and dedication to our country. In 2006, I was 17 years old, and I remember seeing a U.S. Army commercial on the TV one night with my dad, and I asked if I should join the Army as a joke. And he said, "You can't take your makeup and curling iron with you." Not knowing a year later, I would be graduating high school and begin down a path of self-destruction. By November 2007, I knew that I needed to turn my life around and do better for myself, but mostly for my parents. I had put them through hell in the last 6 months. On December 4th, 2007, I remember walking into the Duluth Army National Guard Armory and sitting with my recruiter and second guessing every decision I had just made in the last 4 hours. But I ended up doing it, and I ended up signing my contract, and I was going to become a soldier. By January 2008, I was on a plane for basic training at Fort Jackson, South Carolina. Now I know there's a lot of relaxin' Jackson folks that like to joke, but in my 10 weeks of being there, I did not feel relaxed once. Now for the ones who have been to basic training, we all know how strict the rules are on things, even in relaxin' Jackson. We could only ever have white garments. And my mom had sent me some new ones in a care package with flowers and bright colors. She didn't know any better, she just knew that other soldiers were stealing them on laundry day from the letters I was sending home to her. So as Drill Sergeant, Sergeant First Class Johnson, who mind you is probably as wide as a Mack truck and as tall as these door frames, came to inspect my package, and he goes, "What in the hell is this Hello Kitty shit, Bennett?" Also, my mom had sent a container of no-bake cookies addressed to the drill sergeants. By the end of the day, Sergeant First Class Johnson had eaten the whole container. Now, if anyone knows no-bake cookies, there's a large amount of fiber ingredients in it. Let's just say when he came into work the next morning, he never left the couch in the drill sergeant office the whole day. He also had some choice words to tell my mom, but we won't go into those details. Once I graduated basic training, I went to Fort Bliss, Texas for AIT for 88 mic training. Yes, I did drive big semi-trucks. And by November 2008, I had my orders to deploy to Afghanistan in June 2009. I was deployed with the 114th Transportation Company out of Chisholm to FOB Leatherneck, which was in the Helmand province of southern Afghanistan. We made huge accomplishments and received worldwide awards for the job we did building up bases in Afghanistan in the whole year we were there. But we had a soldier who paid the ultimate sacrifice, Specialist George Colley. On October 7, 2009, he was attacked by an IED while we were on mission. On October 10, 2009, he passed away mid-flight on the way to Germany. I'm getting it together, I promise. In 2013, I was deployed with the 114th Transportation Company again, and we were deployed to Bagram Air Base in northern Afghanistan. This time around, we provided security to local nationals transporting our materials and goods to other bases throughout northern Afghanistan. That is actually where I met my husband now, Chief Jacob Holthus, and our unit returned to Minnesota in September 2014. After 11 years and 2 tours to Afghanistan, I medically retired from the Minnesota Army National Guard on August 6, 2018. But it wasn't until December of 2017 that I began to realize what being a veteran really meant. I began working at the VA clinic here in Hibbing, and I now work for the Minneapolis VA. And after 4 years and thousands of stories from veterans and their families, that being a veteran and working with veterans is an honor I will never take for granted. Trying to make their medical care easier for them and their families, or just listening to them sit and vent about something that is wrong. I know that the VA gets a bad rap, but just remember there are good people within the organization that care about you greatly, including myself. Lastly, I ask today and every day, if you know a veteran or come across a veteran, ask them about their service. Ask to hear their stories, even if you have heard them 100 times before. As veterans, we live and remember in those moments. We thrive in those moments. We are our best and weakest selves in those moments. We are reminded why we are enlisted. We are reminded of our friends and families that we lost. And ultimately, we are reminded that we are veterans in those moments and that we served our country, the United States of America, with honor and valor. Thank you again for attending today's ceremony, and I wish all of you a happy Veterans Day.
Thank you, Beth. Next on the program, we're going to have a gentleman here that's a past master of the Masaba Lodge 255 Masons, 32nd degree Scottish Rite, Commander of the Knights Templar, member of the York Rite, Vice Commander of Post 222, and Mid-Range Honor Guard member. I'd like to introduce Phil Bodel, who's going to give us a little talk on a new program for Masons and veterans. Phil?
Give me a second, I have to get my computer turned on here because I didn't have any ink in my printer.
That happened to me too.
Thank you for the wonderful introduction, Commander. As you said, my name is Phil Bodel. I'm a member of American Legion Post 222 here in Hibbing, Minnesota, and I was recently voluntold that I was the Vice Commander. Thanks, Al. 2 meetings ago. 2 meetings ago. So, what I'm going to talk about today is something that I'm very passionate about, and I think is something that's going to be beneficial for not just myself, but for our communities in general. All right. Good morning. Thank you all for taking the time to be here today, and I want to personally thank each and every one of the veterans that are here for your service. Thank you. I'm here to talk to you about the strong connection between Freemasons and the military and a little bit of history of how that took place to form this country. Now, most of you have probably heard of the Masons or know a Mason. What many of you may not know is how the Freemasons and the military helped form this great nation and continue to serve our great country today. Now we're going to jump back a little bit to the year 1776. The Declaration of Independence was signed and we were at war with England. Yes, individual Masons were involved with different aspects of the Revolutionary War, but Freemasonry has a strict rule of not taking political or religious sides, usually staying neutral, but when push came to shove, those that had the ability to stand up and fight tyranny and oppression did so and helped guide the path to freedom. Masonic lodges during and after that time were a place for men to learn how to better themselves in their communities by helping each other grow as better people. A lot like the military tends to help those who choose to join better themselves, whether you want to or not, right? A lot of military members during and after the Revolutionary War chose to join the ranks of Freemasonry. Let's jump forward to World Wars I and II. After the wars ended, many veterans felt that they needed something to replace that brotherhood that they had while serving. And for most, Freemasonry was that place. Instead of serving in uniform and fighting to defend our way of life, they chose to join a group of like-minded individuals to better themselves and serve their respective communities in different ways, like charity work, helping those in need, and teaching the next groups of young men to better themselves by helping each other. During the 1940s and 50s, Freemasonry had its largest membership surge in America, and 90% of that surge was veterans. These trends continued until after all the major conflicts in American history, until after about the late 90s, early 2000s, and then be it a generational difference or something deeper, membership just started to decline. But there's still been a lot of military veterans whom, from what I've read and heard over the last few years since I've been involved with the American Legion and the Mid-Range Honor Guard, once they got out, they felt like something was missing. Makes you wonder what that missing thing is. Service to your community, service to your fellow man, service to yourself, a brotherhood, a group of like-minded individuals to talk to and learn from. This is how the military and Freemasons are extremely similar. Both groups are of people that are there for the same thing, to better themselves, better their community, to better their country. Both groups support patriotism, Americanism, and the freedoms that so many have fought and died for. I think that we as Americans and as Freemasons have forgotten all the sacrifices of a lot of the servicemen and women and those who did not make it back home and those who did. A lot of people don't talk about it, and it needs to be talked about more. So the past year, along with the Grand Lodge of Masons of Minnesota, and along with the National Sojourners, which I am a founding member of the Northern Minnesota chapter, which is the only official Masonic veterans group in the United States, we created something called the Minnesota Masonic Veterans Pin. I wear one on my lapel. Commander Al wears one on his cover. Commander Pastelli's got one, and he's working his way on becoming a Master Mason himself. It was just a small way for us to show veterans some appreciation and give them some recognition for all that they've done. And so this is a program that we started, and I've been promoting, and I've been going to various lodges and other veterans groups and finding those Masonic veterans and, you know, helping give that pin out. And we're starting this program, and it's going to turn into something more a few years down the road. It's going to turn into something like what the VA does with helping with mental health and assisting other veterans and doing different things. Now, Minnesota Masonic Charities has donated a ton of money to different veterans groups, and they continue to do so. And they're gonna, so if you know a Freemason, don't think that they're here to take over the world, because we're not. The most we try to take over is a bar after a meeting. I promise. Do I have any Masons in the room other than myself? If you are, please stand. Or no Masons. Thank you. It just so happens one of the Masons that's in the room is one of the guys I look up to, Bob Wheeler. He's sitting right over there. He was one of the first guys I ran into when I joined Freemasonry, and he's been a valuable asset, not just to myself, but to our community. And I just want to recognize you, Bob. Thank you. With that being said, I want to close this because that's all the notes I have. But if you know any men out there who want to make themselves a better person, and they don't know how to do it, and they need some guidance, that's what we do. We take good men and make them better. By how we do that is we do it by building ourselves up, by helping each other. That foundation, that cornerstone of our community, just like the cornerstone that President George Washington laid at the U.S. Capitol in a Masonic ceremony dedicating that building. If you know anybody who wants to reach out, all they have to do is ask. And 99% of the time, that petition will be granted. I'm going to end on one little final thing here I want to read for you folks, and then I'm going to sit down and shut up because I know everybody's getting hungry. All right. When we assumed the soldier, we did not lay aside the citizen, and we shall most sincerely rejoice with you in that happy hour when the establishment of American liberty upon the most firm and solid foundations shall enable us to return to our private stations in the bosom of a free, peaceful, and happy country. That was written by worshipful brother George Washington, President of the United States, to the New York Provincial Congress, June 26, 1775. Those words stand as true today as they did the day that he wrote them. Thank you for your time.
And our last speaker, Amy, you can go over. He's going to talk to us about some AT&T benefits that are available for the soldiers.
Happy Veterans Day. Thank you so much for having us here. I know people are probably wondering why AT&T is here at a Veterans Day event. Wanda and myself are from your local Mount Iron AT&T store. We want to celebrate the veterans, let you all know that we have up to 25% off of service plans to help you with your cell phone needs. We have discounted TV options, and we have a whole slew of different discounts, even if you're not military, that we can help with because we're trying to help save people money. We do have a sign-up sheet over on our table. If you wanted to fill out any information, we can send you a personalized quote, find out if it's going to be beneficial for you guys to save some more money. The purpose of us being here is that we are at your service because you guys have been at the service of our country. And so we just want to thank you and let you know that there are lots of discounts that we can offer. Thank you.
Hey, baby. Next, we're going to have the prayer by Pastor Olson.
Good afternoon. My name is Pastor Kevin Olson. I'm the pastor on staff at Our Savior's Lutheran Church. If you want to know where that is, it's just across the street over there. But we are perhaps more known in the community for what we do in this building at the Memorial Building. We are the White Elephant Sale Church. How many have participated in that? Yeah, okay, we have, right? So anyway, yeah, it's that church. So anyway, we've been remiss from doing that for 2 years because of COVID, but we really look forward to it next spring. Let us pray. Greater love hath no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends. Lord God, Almighty Father, creator of humanity and author of peace, as we are ever mindful of the cost paid for the liberties we possess, we ask you to bless the members of our armed forces. Give them courage, hope, and strength. May they ever experience your firm support and gentle love and compassionate healing. Be their power and protector, leading them from darkness to light. To you be all glory, honor, and praise, now and forever. Amen.
Okay, Barb, are we ready? I think everybody is. Let's get the head table started, and then let's see if it's all in.
She nodded her head at it.
Oh, okay. Head table.